Hello, Roland. Thanks for joining us today.
It's a great pleasure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Um, we want to know from you, how are natural resources relevant for geopolitics?
Well, I think the first thing to say about their relevance is that they're actually absolutely essential for wealth and prosperity of individuals, of nations, of communities. So all of our basic needs, whether that's things like lighting and heating and cooking, all of these require lots of natural resources. So natural resources are very important for our everyday life. Where they become geopolitically important, however, is where in particular those resources reside in foreign countries, in countries outside of your own national territory. Generally, that's not a problem because most of one's, you can have allies and that's no problem. However, the issue becomes more problematic when you have countries you might be in conflict with, countries which might be unstable or have conflicts taking place within them. It is one area where also issues relating to the scarcity, perceived scarcity of those soils, the demand for them, the transportation that might take place to get them from that country to yours, and the supplies that might be interdicted at that time. And also the core value of those resources and whether you can substitute them as well, easily substitute. If they're not so easily substitutable, then it's more difficult, then they are geopolitically more valuable to you. And the classic example of that, I think, just to give you an example, is oil, because oil is found particularly in areas like the Middle East, where there are lots of conflicts. It's very valuable. It's not easy to substitute for it. And as a consequence, oil has always been a significant geopolitical resource. But there are other resources as well, which fit into that characteristic as well.
So apart from oil, what are other resources historically or today that you would fall in this category?
Well, I think if you go back, I think it depends a little bit on time. If you go back into the pre-modern period, for example, then things like water were very, very important and still are very important. Things like copper and tin, minerals, gold and silver were clearly something which were fought over and which were very valuable. So those sort of things were critical during the pre-modern period. And excited geopolitical tensions and exploration and colonization in places like Latin America, for instance. In the modern period, you're talking, you then introduce in particular the fossil fuels, coal, oil, gas, and then uranium and others, fuels which are very important and critical for modern life. And those have become more important and geopolitically more relevant as well, and the site of international competition. And clearly, as we're moving in towards a transition away from fossil fuels, there's then other materials which are vital for that transition, such as lithium, rare earth materials, cobalt. All of these potentially also become areas which are resources which excite or potentially create geopolitical tensions or geopolitical competition. So I think it all depends a little bit on your time period, but also a lot of those resources, even which were critical in the pre-modern period, such as water, remain very important. And you have conflicts, for example, in the Nile between Egypt and Sudan over water. So there are lots of resources which have a lot of competition or conflict related to them. But you should also remember that most of these resources are traded peaceably, so there isn't a conflict related to them.